Good Wednesday afternoon, everybody. Today is August 4th, 2021. My name is Raheem Escalai, and this is episode 122 of 403 Sports Talk. Glad to be with you today. Cloudy, overcast afternoon. Looks like that sky is going to give way to rain at some point. So if you're outside, get inside and stay dry. That is, unless you like it, like me. I love the nature. So we're outside again from a secret location, special location, bringing you episode 122. Overlooking the train bridge that heads into West Springfield. Oh wow, we're blessed, guys. There happens to be a passenger train passing us. Sorry, I know it's a little corny. I'm a train geek or whatever. Thomas the Tank Engine was my shit back in the day. So, I love to see stuff like that. And honestly, it's the first time I saw a passenger train go over that bridge. I've honestly always just work trains and stuff like that. Not sure where it's going. Who knows? It's like west, so maybe Albany, New York, whatever. Who knows? Anyway, today I have for you from the NFL, my latest segment, The Next Up, continues. I have scores from the Major League Baseball, and I have scores and updates from the Olympics over in Tokyo. So, without further ado, let's get into it. You know I want to bring you the news first, right? Hey. The Lakers add Carmelo Anthony amid the NBA free agency frenzy. I got into a little debate on Facebook with Coach Dion Bird and musician, artist Rob Puente. He was going back and forth, being chippy. And I just said I didn't like the signing. I still don't. My opinion's not changed. Not going to come with fake numbers, but I am going to host a debate. And we'll see if Coach Bird is ready for this, because I did my research, even though I had a couple sodas last night. And I got you, bro. Anyway, so yeah, Carmelo to the Lakers. Does that make us better? No. Does that make us worse? I don't know. That remains to be seen. My girl, Breanna Stewart, and the USA basketball team, the women's route Australia, which we'll get into when I'm reviewing the scores. Shout out, Miss Stewart. Thank you very much. Your deeds do not go unnoticed. Retired NFL quarterback Philip Rivers won't completely rule out a return. So if a team comes asking, if a team's in need of a quarterback, I'm sure Philip is going to assess each and every situation and figure out if it's going to work for him, if he's going to come back out of retirement or not. I wonder. Next, Barcelona boosted. What does that mean? Along with the talks with Lionel Messi getting ready to come back, La Liga introduced a new, it's damn near like $3 billion deal. TV, broadcasting, everything's gonna get revamped from the shoes to the top. So it's gonna be interesting to see if that's the piece that they use to bring Lionel back. Moving on, Sydney McLaughlin beats Delilah Muhammad and sets a world record at the 400-meter hurdles to win. Great job, girl. I like that. Man City closing in on a $100 million deal with Jack Grealish before that Saturday's rivalry game versus none other than Leicester City. So what else did I have for you? It's not really news, but this was kind of funny to me, actually. New York Giants training camp, you know what I mean? That's the summer. Starting to get towards that time. Roster spots are really starting to not be in abundance as more guys are starting to get cut. So what do the fucking idiots do? Fight, and their starting quarterback is at the bottom of the pile. That's why they're a franchise who will go 5-12 this season. And pick Spencer Rattler number 1 overall in next year's NFL draft. Who's Spencer Rattler? Pay attention this year when I start doing those college evaluations. You'll get to know him very well. Anyway, that's all I got for you for the news. Now let's move on to the section that matters. NFL, the next up. So I am on numbers 6 through 10 today. Now, it might be a little boring because there's 2 Steelers on my list, but bear with me, please. Let's go. Let's get it. Kevin Dotson, guard for the Pittsburgh Steelers. In 2020, he was selected 135th overall. As I was evaluating offensive lines, I broke down each guy and how good they were. And as you know, I talked about a little bit about him potentially being a starter because of the Steelers letting go of Andre Villanueva. And I wanted to know how they were going to successfully replace him. And we found it. Kevin Dotson. First on Combine. He is the first, from what I found out, the first non-Combine invitee to be drafted in 2020. He continued his vibe from Louisiana University. A small school guy in a fucking run-heavy offense. It was 67% of the time they ran the ball. Sheesh. Questions still remain about his level of competition, ability, and, non-ability, lack thereof, to pass set because of how run-heavy his school's offense was. Now, let's fast forward to how Dotson's doing this season in camp. Definitely going to be a starter for week 1. And you just see it, man. It's there. Yeah, he was in a run-heavy school. But the kick step, and he gets out of his stance so quickly that... I think you'd be a fool to think that he's not working on it and he's not getting better. At stuff like this. He's going to be a starter. We're going out on a limb and saying it, but, that's Kevin Dotson. Moving on. Number 7, Jordan Elliott, defensive tackle for the Cleveland Browns. I like this guy. Out of the list of today's guys, he's the one who I had a chance to watch the most. And I'll go like this. 307 snaps in 2020 for the 88th overall pick. He must have had trust. He had to have trust in somebody. I keep looking back there because it's such a nice bridge. I love it. Anyway, 307 snaps as a rookie means somebody trusted him. Lots of hate and disruption because he's here. Only 5.5 career sacks in college. 16.5 tackles for loss. Not big numbers, but he's got great lateral quickness, and that gap shootability is second to none in what I've evaluated this year so far. And it was seen in flashes here and there in 2020 as well, but I think this year he's ready, and I think the consistency will be there, and you will see his game improve. Number 8, Matt Hennessy, center for the Atlanta Falcons, 225 offensive snaps last season, and that was only in the team's absence of Alex Mack, who's now departed and traded to the 49ers. Signed with the 49ers, I'm sorry. This guy scored high on every single agility metric at the Combine in 2020. His game didn't do much as far as translating to the next level. And what I mean by that with the center is like these raw physical abilities, and that's what didn't translate. Though towards the end of the season, when it was just like a shit show for Atlanta, he kind of peaked a little bit. I thought the pass protection was pretty good, but he didn't have enough time. And going forward this season, Matt Hennessy is penciled in as a starter, and we will get to see just how suspect his pass protection is. I mean, they trusted Matt Ryan for one more year, so you think they're going to get this wrong? Yes. Number 9, Drew Tranquill, linebacker for the Los Angeles Chargers. He was often on the field last year due to do the Chargers linebacker injuries. He's a modern coverage type linebacker. Great lateral speed, quickness. He's a good tackler. And I think this year he has earned his right as a starter in that Chargers 3-4. It's going to be interesting to see how much time he gets and what he's going to do at the time this year. Maybe not Pro Bowl, but he's definitely going to be somebody who you're going to see. And finally, number 10, Tyler Biadasz for the Dallas Cowboys. He made smart decisions, showed flashes of greatness. He's a great pass blocker. Still a tad bit suspect in the run, but what heals that is time, and I think he has a lot of that. And let's just face it, the Cowboys are gonna fucking suck this year. So Tyler Biadasz, number 10. Hopefully I didn't butcher his name. College is starting to get a little dark, guys. Now we move on to the sports with scores. Major League Baseball, Yanks beat up on the Orioles 13-1. Philadelphia 5, Washington Nationals 4. Toronto 7, Cleveland 2. Detroit beats the Boston Red Sox yet again. We've been sucking lately. 4-2. Miami 5, Mets 4. Seattle 4, Tampa Bay 2. Los Angeles Angels beat Texas 11-3. Chicago over the Royals 7-1. The White Sox. Atlanta over St. Louis 6-1. And finally, Houston beats the Dodgers 3-0. Those are your Major League Baseball scores. Moving on to the Olympics. In women's basketball, Serbia served up China a loss 77-70. USA smokes Australia, just as I had mentioned in the introduction, 79-55. In men's tennis, Sondergren defeats Duckworth of Australia, Sondergren of USA. Sean Corda beats Proposil from Canada. And finally, McDonald defeats Michael Kiergross from Australia. And that is your scores for the Olympic tennis. So what else do I have for you? Baseball scores as well. USA beats up all over DR 3-1. Japan beats Korea 5-2. In women's golf, Collins defeated Rogers for the champion. Olympic golf, you gotta love it. And women's tennis, Stevens beats McNally, both Americans. And that, my friends, is episode 122 of 4-3 Sports Talk. My name is Raheem Escalay. Happy to bring this episode to you. We are outside in nature. It's beautiful. Hopefully it's going to rain. We're overlooking the train bridge that goes to West Springfield, the Connecticut River. I'm in a secret location that's special to me. I wanted to bring you this episode. Do not forget we are on YouTube. Do not forget to share, like, subscribe. Tell a friend that you love 4-3 Sports Talk and you'd like to introduce them and put them onto it as well. Again, I love you all. Wish you nothing but health, wealth, and success. And I will see you tomorrow with episode Uno, Michael Jordan. That's 123 for those who didn't catch on. Raheem Escalay. Have a great day, everybody.